Thank you, hon. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Swindle, which isn't what I was planning on doing today. For anyone who's unaware, I had a plan to do a video about the War of the Spark Planeswalkers and their alternate art versions. Now, thanks to scheduling conflicts, it was going to... Well, the thing about it is, it was going to be a two-person video with myself and Fox, because Fox is a character designer and she knows her stuff, and she's just generally good Fox content. What was recorded was about 2.5 hours of really fun, enjoyable audio, and it just crashed. It just crashed, and I just lost all of it. But I promised my Patreon backers that I would be producing at least one video every month. So this video is being produced, and it is the apology video. Now, I do have some slightly good news on that front, in that the video, like, what Fox and I did was both a lot of fun and pretty easy to do. The only reason that it wound up not just being try again and do it again was because it needed to go up tonight, and upload times are a thing. So, like, I live in Australia, my upload times mean that, like, a 2-hour video is gonna take a couple of hours to do uploads. And so this, a short and quick, familiar friend of a game, where I'm gonna play it for a little bit, talk to you about what happened, and kind of make an apology. Now, I haven't spoken to Fox about this yet, but I'm hoping she'll be totally okay with doing it again, and maybe we do it for next month as like my my queer game. Oh yeah, that's the spoiler there, I guess. So June, I'm going to be doing a bunch of games with the theme of Pride Month, because you know June is Pride Month, and yeah, it's not a complicated thing, but originally I was going to try and do like a let's play of Diary of a Spaceport Janitor, but the conversation about War of the Spark character designs and which ones are cool and how they work wound up getting kind of not thirsty but shippy, and so that might make perfectly good queer content, and I hope that we can get that happen, and maybe then with a little extra time I'll be able to do things like diagrams and whatnot. It could be cool, could be fun. So you're like, don't give up on that. There is still hope it might yet happen. It's just the algorithm was hoping for War of the Spark stuff this week, kind of thing, and it's not going to get it. Yeah, that's right. We tell the algorithm what to do, not it telling us what to do. So yeah, like, that's frustrating, but you know, I mean, you gotta roll with the punches, and sometimes things like this happen. Audacity is a very temperamental program, we'll say, politely. And, like, you know, it's one part of, like, a legitimate, actual goddamn industry in the world today, and it's a little frustratingly shonky. Anyway, also a thing I've learned, because people have actually come to me with this feedback directly, but my Yoshi's Island and Assassin's Creed videos are two of my more popular videos. I thought at first this is just, you know, my audience is growing, but my audience isn't actually growing very much. I still only have about, I think, 100, 200 subs, and most of the people who follow me are coming at me from the blog and from Twitter, so I didn't think that there was any particular growth there. But yeah, it just seems that people are more interested in listening to me ramble and play a video game for 45 minutes, which, you know, I'm fine with that. It's the easiest way to make videos. The video that probably took the most work of anything I've done is the Deus Ex Heterotopia one. I've also found that for all that the video essay is an enjoyable and enlightening kind of platform to use, the need for production values for illustration versus the needs for production value for boredom's sake are very different, and I'm not sure I like them. I've been told by people trying to give helpful input on videos that static shots of like even 5 or 10 seconds are too long. Whereas I've been looking at some stuff and realizing that I watch videos sometimes with a static or effectively static shot for something like 40 seconds to a minute, and it doesn't bother me. So I've got to get into the habit of trusting that instinct a little more instead of trying to go for a more frenetic style. Because I don't know if you remember any of my earliest videos, the ones that were very, very short. They were designed to be made with Windows Movie Maker, which is effectively a slideshow. Like, they are not complicated videos. But because they were so frantic, it meant that some points kind of just had to get thrown out at the wall very fast, and that encouraged very fast jokes as well. All of which is that it made the whole thing very stressful both to make and to watch. And, you know, I'm now in a situation where sometimes my students watch my videos, and I don't want them to get ambiguous points based on me saying something in a confusing way for a joke. I do really like that the Deus Ex one had the luxury of using loading screens from that game, because that game's loading screens were like aggressively long and they looped. And with my computer just kind of barely being able to support the kind of memory load it wanted, I got to see them a lot. And that meant that, you know, I already had this vision of this game as mostly about waiting, which I liked. And I'm trying to find other games where waiting around in the game's space is part of how you play. I wanted to do a video about Final Fantasy 13-2, based on a commenter on Twitter who said that all they really wanted was for someone to tell them that game was okay. And, like, it was not for me. I tried. I really did. I tried to make a video about that game, but, I think part of... And, like, there's an article going up about this, and, you know, you'll be able to see my opinions of Final Fantasy 13-2 in a lot more of a whole way, but the short of it is, I don't think I'm actually a big fan of Final Fantasy. Not anymore. Like, back in the 90s, I liked Final Fantasy 6, and I liked Final Fantasy 5, and so I thought, oh, I like Final Fantasies. But, like, by volume, I dislike more of Final Fantasy than I like, and I have no opinion on more of Final Fantasy than I like. There's a lot of Final Fantasy that I just do not give a heck about, and that's okay, and we're not required to love every part of a franchise. But, it does mean that when I'm approaching, say, Final Fantasy 13, it's much more of a sort of biological field notes examining a strange and alien creature made by volume, mostly of cutscene. So here's an odd thing. I was kind of expecting to die before now. Because, like... Bleak. Yeah. I was kind of expecting to fail in this run of the Swindle before now. And that meant that I would, like, okay, cool. Now you know what's going on with the videos. Sorry about the nature of things. Bye. I'm apparently setting, like, a pretty decent time. My day count isn't amazing, but, like, I've been trying to do a lot more just time-based speedruns of this game. Like, caring less about the days and more about the amount of time spent. Because I don't currently have a speedrun record for time spent. I just have the speedrun record for the overall days spent using the game's day timer. So I thought I'd give that a shot, and, like, I think I'm doing pretty decently at the moment. 10 minutes is not, like, ridiculously fast, but the warehouses is also one of the locations where you wind up losing a lot of runs. Oh, piss off. There you go. A lot of the routing with a roguelike is very challenging There's like no fixed best way to do it. I think I've got a I'm very confident about how I route the very opening of this game. Where I go... Oh, nuts. Okay. Where I go for, Oh, that's just not happening. I'm very confident about the way I route the very start of this game, where you pick up... Oh, jeez. Really? Guess we're doing it this way. I'm very confident about the way I route the very early part of the game, where instead of getting hacking, I pick up bombs, because bombs will do most of the job of hacking. Real early on. Ugh, what a terrible one. I mean, that can happen, and this is the kind of level that can just kill a run. Yeah, 3%. Whoop! Tell you what, I'm going and picking up those bionic eyes. I actually feel especially bad now because I asked Fox if she could just wait for, just a few minutes while I recorded this video, and now I'm looking at this run and going, maybe another 10 minutes. I just feel like I'm being a bit of a dick and intrusive on her time and the space we have together. Whoop. But the good news is that I trust Fox to come over and grab me if I'm doing something particularly wrong or annoying. Or maybe she'll just yell at me. Bonus content. Alright. Whoa. Criminy. Ah, criminy. That's 10 shades of ugly. Alright. Okay. Okay, so that downward section you have to bomb your way into. Oh, good grief. Dan, you're killing me. Okay, so this might be a dead run on the basis of too many bad levels. Alright. Alright, so that's some money. Well, yeah, I guess we're bombing down into that area to get the one computer in this whole dang level that's easily accessible. Because the alternative is that one, and yeah. Dan, you monster. What am I supposed to have, like 6 bombs at this stage? It's just not happening. Alright, so personal goal is to get to Belgravia without dying. Let's call that a speedrunning target. Because you might notice, I'm actually playing fairly quickly. I'm doing a less waiting for people. I'm doing less hunt and peck. I'm being a little more bold than normal. What I normally do when I'm going for a speed run is if I do actually set off an alarm, that's a dead run. And I mean, I'm comfortable with that opinion. Okay. Yeah, I'm 1 bomb shy. Nuts. Oh well. Okay, our goal is New Belgravia. Let's get the hell out of here. So, actually, yeah, New Belgravia in 10 days. Let's see if we can do that. Because, like, normally, like, a speedrun level time is, like, New Belgravia in, I think it's 4 days. Because you can get out of the slums really quickly, and 1 perfect ghosting of the warehouse gets you, not most of the way, but it gets you... No, I think it's 5 days. New Belgravia... Like, when you're on track for a record speed run. It's usually something as little as 5 days to get to New Belgravia, and you only spend 1 day in there because you can just go straight to the casinos, and then it's like one casino, one bank. I don't know. I remember finding out how many of my runs were stuck in the slums when I was trying seriously for getting record pace days. A statistic which I still, as far as I know, have. The thing is, I thought I'd like find the speedrunning community for the Swindle, and turns out that there isn't really one right now. I was also asked by a friend if I'd ever entertained taking it to GDQ, and the idea of taking a failure-prone game, which can just brick you, to do at a speedrunning event just seems like hell. Like right here, I'm in serious trouble because that drone is upside down. Okay, cool. And like, don't get me wrong, it would be pretty cool to go to like a GDQ, but I'd like to go to a GDQ for something that won't make me look like an ass. Oh boy. Oh nuts, are you kidding me? Okay. Alright, so is there a route through this? Okay. Okay, we have computer. Alright. I think we're okay so far. If I can get into that little pocket, it's only 2 bombs down, so we should be okay. Which might mean we can get like a completed here. Which... Oh! Lug nuts! Okay. There is a tiny bit of reaction time when it comes to the doors in this, where when a door opens, you can sometimes just barely pop it fast enough that... There we go. Okay, so... We get into that pocket, and we blow our way down to the last computer, and we pick up whatever cash is in there while we're at it. Uh-oh. Whew. There we go. I don't think any of that is actual words. Oh, come on. Alright. 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 This hypothetically gets us out of here. $29,000. We get to New Belgravia. And that's that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I apologize for this being a bit of a cheap video by comparison to the ones I've been doing lately, but thank you very much for your understanding, and I hope to get back to you with that War of the Spark Planeswalker 1 in the future. Bye!